Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's session of NutriLife 360. I am Ruchita, your host, and today we are going to discuss a very, very important subject, that is protein. Why do we need protein? What are some of the myths versus facts about protein? What is the right amount of protein that one should be consuming? And what are the basic foundational supplements that we need? All this and so much more. To start this session, it is my honor and privilege to invite Farooq Tarapur. He, ladies and gentlemen, is an Olympian, two-time world champion in sailing, and has had an active sporting career of 40 years. He's won innumerable awards, including the Chhatrapati Shivaji Award and the Arjuna Award. But most importantly, he's a mentor to each and every one of us on the group with the mission Har Ghar Healthy, Har Ghar Medicine Free. Let's welcome him onto this virtual stage and listen to him very, very carefully. Over to you, Farooq.
Thank you, Ruchita. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this exciting Monday session. Today, we are going to be talking about protein. Protein is a building block of life. Protein is required for every single repair that takes place in your body. Protein is one of the most important macronutrients required by the body. You need to understand everything about protein because there is so much of misinformation about protein. Some people tell me that, oh, we get in one katori of dal, we get all the protein requirement for the day. Now, we know that's not true. But because of this misinformation and because of, the lack of the right knowledge, people tend to sometimes go a little haywire. Especially if you're a vegetarian, it is extremely difficult to find the amount of protein required on a daily basis. Okay, because vegetarian sources do lack protein. You have to understand that if you do not get the daily protein requirement, you're not going to die tomorrow. Okay, but if the gap that is required by the body and the amount that you're consuming doesn't get bridged, then for days or weeks or months or years or decades put together, the gap will start creating lifestyle challenges and lifestyle health problems. You need to understand, first of all, how much protein you need. You need to understand when you should be consuming it. Like 50% of your protein requirement you must consume in the morning in your breakfast. And you need to understand that the type of protein that you are taking and what are its side effects. And you also need to understand that the gap that you have, are you bridging it correctly with the right supplementation program? There are good protein supplements available in the market and there are bad supplement proteins available in the market. You need to understand the topic to make an informed decision for your health so that you on this community, are led in the right way to ensure that the protein requirement in your body is always complete. Today, you're very lucky because you're going to be listening from Deepika, okay, who did not have a very good concept about protein. In fact, most of her diet was carb-oriented. And when she realized that how protein was important after being on this community, she changed her health around, and her transformation journey has been absolutely unbelievable and amazing. Something that, most people would not even believe it to be true. So listen to Deepika very carefully because she will, clarify the difference between fact and fiction, the various truths and the myths about protein. So over to you, Deepika.
Thank you so much, Farooq. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Ruchita. Farooq has already set the pace for the evening today. So once again, hello, everyone. Very important, critical topic of the day, which is protein. Farooq has already shared the importance, but, just to elaborate a little more, people who think, and I was one of those people, so people who think that they can manage their diet and they can manage their lifestyle and they can, chalaufy their daily routine by not taking sufficient or required amount of protein, I'd like to tell them that it's like protein के बिना अगर आप अपना दिन गुजार रहे हैं तो it is like trying to learn the English language or the Hindi language without learning the alphabets. It's like trying to swim, taking a virtual swimming class without actually getting into the pool and thinking that now you've learned to swim, trying to learn driving in a virtual class and trying to get onto the road in a real car. So you can imagine the disaster it can cause when you actually get into that car and get onto the road. So protein is the foundation. It's not one of the, not just one of the most important macros that we require. It is laying the foundation of a great health in our body. ये है सफिशिएंट है, प्रोटीन है सफिशिएंट है तो बाकी सब आपकी बॉडी में ठीक हो सकता है. बट अगर ये सफिशिएंट नहीं है and you're deficient in protein, you don't have enough protein, trust me, you are already on a path, I'm sorry to say, which can lead to a lot of health challenges in times to come. So let's understand क्यों प्रोटीन जरूरी है, किस तरह का प्रोटीन लेना चाहिए, किस टाइम पे लेना चाहिए, कितना लेना चाहिए, ना लेने से हमारी लाइफ में क्या इम्पैक्ट आ सकता है, लेने से हमारी लाइफ में क्या इम्पैक्ट आ सकता है. बिकॉज वेदर और नॉट यू मे चूज टू इंश्योर sufficient protein in your daily diet from tomorrow, I'm 100% sure that once you have attended this session, you will be questioning yourself at every meal time that does your plate, your meal plate contain the amount of protein that it should or not. ये सवाल जरूर आपको तंग करेगा. आप इसका जवाब देना चाहो ना देना चाहो, that is completely up to you. Okay. Already emphasized enough, we are made of protein. Protein है तो हम हैं, हम protein नहीं तो हम नहीं. So ये वाली गाड़ी, without the protein tank, our body will not be able to move too far for too long. That is a guaranteed, that's a guarantee for sure. Unfortunately, in a country like India, still 8 out of 10 Indians are deficient in protein. तो 80% इंडिया वैसे ही डेफिशिएंट है प्रोटीन में. एंड येट we come from a country which offers such wide range of food categories covering all macros and micronutrients. 9 out of 10 Indians are unaware of daily protein requirement. So this is like a double-edged sword. Already 80% लोगों को they are deficient in protein, और जिनमें sufficient protein हो भी 90% लोगों को ये पता ही नहीं है कि हमें कितना प्रोटीन चाहिए. सो जब आपको पता ही नहीं है कि आपने घर से निकल के कहाँ जाना है, तो आप कैब में बैठ के या गाड़ी में बैठ के कहाँ जाएंगे, एंड वेयर विल यू एवेंचुअली लीड? आई एम श्योर वी ऑल नो द आंसर टू दैट क्वेश्चन. कुछ स्टैटिस्टिक्स हैं. ये स्टैटिस्टिक्स आपको डराने के लिए नहीं है, ये स्टैटिस्टिक्स आपको अवेयर कराने के लिए हैं. बिकॉज द फर्स्ट स्टेप टू करेक्शन इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड नोइंग वेयर वी स्टैंड टुडे. Some numbers, 73% diets are protein deficient. So I, for one, have possibly done and tried and tested most of the diets that are there in our country. For as long as I can remember, I have been going to dietitians and nutritionists. So I can for sure say that 73% diets are actually protein deficient. 93% unaware of ideal protein requirement, like we just said. Vegetarian diets are significantly deficient in protein. उसका कारण ये है कि by the way nature has designed our vegetarian food, you need to have a lot more amount of that food every single day to cover your daily protein requirement. क्यों ये बात कह रहे हैं? क्योंकि जो लोग नॉन वेजिटेरियन भी हैं वो भी 65% डेफिशिएंट है प्रोटीन में. So you can well imagine where the vegetarian strata of the society stands. 97% pregnant women also don't know what is their protein requirement. So imagine a lady who's giving birth to a new life. She herself, because she's not aware, maybe definitely she's not taking sufficient amount of it. And because she's already deficient, not taking enough. So imagine the state or the health of the newborn baby who would already be deficient in these macros when they come into this world. 53% rated protein as the most essential, but alarmingly, सिर्फ one third, 33% people actually accept that it can cause fatigue, it can cause weakness, it can severely impair your daily lifestyle. So you can see the numbers on the right, which are state wise. Kuch myths hain, there are some, uh, so to say, I would not say beliefs because that makes it real, but there are certain myths, there are certain thoughts that are prevailing in our, in our society or, where we live, that protein is easily available in fruits and vegetables. No, it is not. Fruits and vegetables are primarily a higher source of micronutrients as well as fibers, but not as much protein. 70% pregnant women, lactating mothers also wrongly believe this particular statement. Leafy vegetables are a good source of protein. No, because again, like I said, they are rich in fiber. 73% India believes that it is true. And lot of people, I remember initially, I'm talking about at least 10 to 13 years back when we used to meet a lot of people in our health workshops, they used to say, oh, protein is, too much of protein is very bad. It can cause weight gain and, it can affect your kidneys, etc., etc. Yes, but all of that is half cooked knowledge. Where are you sourcing your protein? How much of protein are you having? Is it sufficient for your body given your age, given your height, given your weight, given your daily lifestyle? A lot of parameters need to be kept in mind before just blindly, taking these thoughts, line of thoughts to be a fact of your life. प्रोटीन हमारी लाइफ का बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक है. हमारे सिर के पहले बाल से लेके पैर के आखिरी नाखून तक, every single cell of your body requires protein for it to be healthy. प्रोटीन एक वर्ड है जो ग्रीक वर्ड था जिसका नाम है प्रोटियोस, जिसका मतलब है बहुत प्राइमरी, एब्सोल्युटली बेसिक फाउंडेशन, उससे बना हुआ है. 20 different types of proteins exist. Our body cannot synthesize definitely those. Most of the protein powders and protein supplements that are available in the market are also not completing the entire range of these 20 amino acids. प्रोटीन इज अ वाइटल न्यूट्रिएंट, हमारी बॉडी मास का तकरीबन 15 से 16% कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करता है. High prevalence of deficiencies, about up to 73% urban rich Indians are deficient in protein. And like I said, 90% are not even aware कि हमें कितना चाहिए. So that in itself is one of the first things we need to focus on. Per body, per individual, कितना चाहिए protein? We'll just come to that. Like I said, 20 तरह के अमाइनो एसिड्स होते हैं, essential and non-essential combined. These are the names. You can take a screenshot. These are the building blocks of our, they form our body. What are the important functions of these amino acids? Most importantly, which is, predominantly known to a lot of people, it's really required for your good hair, nail, skin. It's required to build good muscles. Now, when I say muscles, I'm not just talking about the muscles that are, bodybuilder or somebody who's wanting to pump up some, dola, shola, etc., who are doing it in the gym. No, I'm talking about building a strong muscle for any and every individual, irrespective of their age, irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their weight. Muscles, they form the structure for your body. They help you do your daily activities. Your muscle strength needs to be really, really strong and in place so as to ensure that आपके daily functions don't get impaired or interfered with. Protein significantly boosts your immune system, आपकी immunity को बढ़ाता है. We are living, all of us are living in a very, very toxic environment. No matter which city you are in India, you are still at least 20 to 30 times. I'm talking about Bangalore right now. I think the AQI is around 150 or so, 120 is the average AQI. Yet we are at least 10 to 15 times more toxic than the permissible limit. So yes, your body immunity needs to be seriously, significantly high to cope up with the ever-changing, viral infections and the other infections floating around you. आपके डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ के लिए बहुत जरूरी है टू मेंटेन अ गुड डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ. It is when I talk about digestive health, it is also extremely important for your weight management. How is it important? We'll just study in the coming slides. It plays a very key role in transporting essential nutrients around your body. So no matter how much healthy food, how much organic food, how much nutritious food आप रोज खा रहे हैं, but if the nutrition is not reaching every cell of your body, every part of your body, that nutrition is going waste. So that is equally important that it gets transported to all the significant parts in your body. It supports regulation and expression of DNA and RNA in your body. आपके जो आप खाना खाते हो उसको ब्रेक डाउन करने में, उसको मेटाबोलाइज करने में बहुत सिग्निफिकेंटली हेल्प करता है. Growth and repair of body tissues. In the coming slides, we'll see how muscles are formed, when you work out, when you exercise, how protein actually helps repair and reheal and build your muscles and overall cell growth as well. Makes hormones and your brain chemicals. Definitely provides a very, very sustainable, long lasting source of energy for your body, for your daily functions. Okay, अब कितना प्रोटीन चाहिए किसी को? Like I just said, it will depend upon the gender, it will depend upon what age bracket you are in, what does your typical day look like, what is your current health status, what are the health challenges that you are facing at the moment. And ये तो हुआ person specific, but the protein supplement or the protein form that you're having, it also depends that what is the composition of that protein source that you're having. Does it have all 20 essential amino acids? Does it have partial? Because that will certainly affect the amount of protein you need to take. And one of the most important parameters, which is called PDCA score, which is protein digestibility corrected amino acid score. This is a globally known, uh, you know, scale to see how good a protein is. Any protein which has a PDCA score of 1, it means that it means that the 100% protein that you consume gets absorbed by your body and nothing goes waste. So अगर कुछ खा रहे हैं और उसमें कुछ wastage नहीं है, so आपका खाना is, it's getting 100% absorbed, and that's exactly what we would want when we are consuming good quality food and, you're sourcing it from the best possible places. Protein requirement average कितनी होनी चाहिए? Ideal is at least 1 kg per body weight for somebody who has an average or a sedentary lifestyle. But even if you're doing up to 0.8 grams per kg body weight, that should be, that should help you to sail through smoothly. So what does this essentially mean? It means कि अगर आपका weight 70 kgs है, तो you need at least 70 grams of protein every single day to sustain your daily functions smoothly without anything getting affected or impaired. If anybody is an athlete, this ratio definitely goes up, anything between 1.1 to 1.4 grams per kg body weight. If somebody, okay, athletes, maybe you have 3 different categories. You have recreational athletes who are into moderate kind of and easygoing exercise. Then you have who are doing endurance training, who are into aggressive hyper activity. They would need 1.2 to 1.4 grams. And people who are talking about strength and power, who are lifting weights, etc., they would need 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kg body weight. So now you would know which category you fall in. It'll be easier for you to measure how much protein you need every single day to go on smoothly. Why do we repeatedly, Farooq just mentioned, we repeatedly mention that, when you wake up in the morning, within the first 2 hours of waking up, please, please, please have your morning nutrition. Protein is the most essential part of your morning nutrition. Why? Because protein is one macro that your body does not store. Whatever gets consumed for the daily activity, the remaining gets eliminated from your body the next day. So there is always a negative balance when you wake up after 8 to 10 hours of sleep and you're getting ready for a new day. You need fresh supply of protein. आपका प्रोटीन का जो टैंक है वो खाली है, उसको भरने की जरूरत है, so that your car, your body, this machine that you operate out of is in 10 on 10 kind of shape. It boosts your metabolic rate up to 15 to 30%. The rate at which your body burns calories, it consumes energy, it boosts that rate. So the more protein you have in your diet, the higher calories will be burned doing the same set of activities that you do. Sustained energy release. So why do we say include protein in every single meal? Essentially, in your breakfast, your plate should have 40 to 50% protein. Your lunch should have at least 30% protein. Your dinner should have about 15 to 20% protein. Why this pattern? Why this receding pattern from morning to evening? Because protein takes maximum amount of time to break down and to get digested in your stomach, in your gut. So one, it gives you satiety for a long period of time. And because it takes a longer duration to break down, it gives you a sustained energy release. So one, you will not feel hungry for, immediately after or after a short while of having your meal. Two, because it takes a longer period of time, it will continue to give you a sustained release of energy to carry out your day-to-day activity. And also, protein boosts the thermic effect of food. So the amount of calories that your body uses to break down and digest protein is much higher. The carbs that we consume, the simple carbs, essentially, they are the easiest for our body to break down, and hence they get attacked the first. But protein, for the same, so if you're talking about, you say 10 grams of carbs and 10 grams of protein, your body will take much, much more. It will burn much more calories to digest the protein vis-a-vis the carbs. So it increases the thermic effect of food. Now, क्यों सुबह सुबह लेने की जरूरत है? बिकॉज आपका प्रोटीन टैंक खाली है. योर बॉडी हैज गॉन थ्रू अ कंप्लीट repair and healing process while you were sleeping at night, so that protein tank has receded. People who consume sufficient amount of protein in their breakfast, they have higher muscle volume, they have higher grip strength. See, I was talking about, it's not just about, having nice muscles, biceps, triceps, quadriceps, etc. What is equally important is how good is your grip, your muscular, skeletal, how strong is that is equally important. People who have, eat less protein in their breakfast compared to their dinner, they will definitely have reverse effect. They will have lower muscle volume. Their gripping strength will be much lesser. But if you have enough sufficient protein starting from first thing in the morning, आपकी metabolic health will be optimal. It will be ideal what it is supposed to be. Your fitness will be much higher. You will feel more energetic throughout the day. You will be able to carry out day's activity without feeling sapped out or drained out by the end of the day or by the evening. Your overall life quality gets improved significantly. Better weight management. Why better weight management? Because when do we binge? When do we eat unnecessarily? When do we resort to, those high calorie and nutrient deficient food items? When we feel hungry. Why do we feel hungry? Because probably in the last meal that we've eaten, the nutrition that our body was supposed to get from that meal, that nutrition was not supplemented enough, and hence your body is craving for more. Or maybe the meal that you had was probably all carbs and no protein, and hence that got digested so soon that your body is again feeling the need to eat something. So when you have sufficient amount of protein, your satiety goes up, your diet induced thermogenesis goes up, and hence you don't binge eat, hence you don't snack in between, hence your mind is not going left and right thinking कि अब मैं क्या खाऊं, अब मैं क्या खाऊं, मुझे कुछ interesting खाना है, I want to have something nice, okay, let me treat myself to something good today. Because it's easier for us to quickly grab a pack which is looking fancy but is not good for our health in the long run. Okay, soy protein, how does that help in weight management? Like I earlier said, a lot of people used to tell us, protein खाने से तो weight बढ़ता है, protein खाने से weight बढ़ता नहीं है. There are other factors that people are not aware of. Yes, it gives you satiety. Because it gives you satiety, because it takes longer time to break down in your system, it regulates your appetite. It makes sure you don't binge eat. It makes sure more calories are burnt to digest the same amount of food. It makes sure that आपका जो lean body mass है उसको preserve करके रखता है. It makes sure कि fat oxidation जो है वो बढ़े. More fat molecules are broken down by doing your daily activity or your workout, so that the fat gets burnt in those activities. आपके sugar spike को control करता है protein. Each time you're probably having something which is a simple carb or carbs, you need to have sufficient amount of protein, because that helps in regulating the insulin spike in your body. It also helps in cholesterol regulation. So a lot of good factors. It also ensures you have a better mental health. How is this correlated with your better mental health? The more you are, sufficient in terms of your protein requirement for your body for the day, starting first thing in the morning, the more you're able to concentrate at at the task which is at hand. Your energy levels are top notch. You don't feel drained out. You don't feel कि, I need some source of energy. I need to put something in my mouth. I need another cup of coffee. I need another cup of tea, etc., etc. Because that is what will deviate you or distract you from what you're doing. It will not let you be, आपकी concentration को improve करता है if you have sufficient amount of protein. Delayed gastric emptying, like we just discussed, so it improves your performance. It keeps you high spirited and in the right mood. Your alertness, your response time to things is much higher. Your productivity goes much higher when you're able to focus and concentrate to the task and work at hand. Okay, now how should protein be consumed? Definitely, it is something that needs to go in your body with all the meals. However, the percentage or the proportion will vary. Highest, maximum in your breakfast, lowest in your dinner. So, we've already discussed why you need to be doing that. Increase muscle mass in people who consume protein rich breakfast. Definitely, it helps build muscle mass. Protein nutrition strategy क्या है? On the first slide we said कि कितना खाना है, कब खाना है, कैसे खाना है. So protein के timing बहुत important है. Like we just discussed, protein quality. Protein वो लीजिए जिसका पीडिका score 1 है, which is basically a plant-based protein. And trust me, I have met enough people through this opportunity to know that people are consuming protein powder. Firstly, most of them are not consuming it as a protein supplement. The ones who are actually consuming it, when I look at their protein sources, more than the protein is much higher in concentration of sugar, fats, and carbs. So, jo protein, which is the actual content that they are supposed to have, is either somewhere, in the second or third in terms of the concentration or in the nutritional chart. So, protein distribution throughout the day is very, very important. एंड आपका टोटल प्रोटीन इनटेक दिन का कितना है ये बहुत समझने की जरूरत है. इट्स एक्सट्रीमली क्रिटिकल. यू मे चूज टू इग्नोर इट टुडे बट समथिंग और द अदर your body will face today or tomorrow in the years to come, which will tell you that this is the reason why that problem is what you are facing at that point of time. So track your daily protein. If you don't know how to track your daily protein, talk to your health buddy. Talk to, you can seek guidance from Raj, Farooq, Anaita, Anu as to how you can do that. And the best way to do that is to share your meal plates on the group. I mean, at times when I look at social media and I see people, actually doing a vlog of what they are eating in a day, I'm smiling and I'm genuinely happy. We've been doing this for God knows, long before social media actually started promoting this. People are happy talking about what they are eating to the whole world. Don't you? And when nobody's, really guiding them and counseling them or checking what is it that they are eating, how good or bad is it what they are eating. Imagine there are 4 people on the group who are literally there to see what exactly are you eating, how good is it for your body, how ideal it is for your body, what in that could be harming your body in any way. And yet, there are very few people at the moment who are sharing their meal plates. Your sharing your meal plates is going to benefit only one person on the group, and that's you predominantly. The others will definitely learn, but somebody who will gain maximum out of it is you who's going to be sharing the meal plate, because that will give you an insight as to how you need to track the amount of proteins, carbs, etc. that are going in your body, and what is it that your body needs, what is the gap, and how you can fulfill that gap. Okay, now plant-based protein, these are certain examples. We are already aware of it. Most of our pulses, you have chickpeas, oats, tofu, etc., etc. Non-veg or animal-based protein, again, we have, chicken, we have fish, and we have other, you have protein-based yogurts, etc. You have cheese and all that stuff. Now, the important point is that if I am a certain weight and for me to have sufficient amount of protein, how do I ensure that I am getting that 60-65 grams of protein every single day? How much of plant-based products am I supposed to consume in a day, how much of animal-based protein am I supposed to consume, that it can actually complete my daily requirement of protein. Trust me, guys, you will be surprised that you will have to consume at least 4 to 5 times of what you're consuming today. I am almost certain, and I can challenge any one of you. You share your meal plates, and I can tell you that you will need to consume at least 3 to 4 times more than what you're consuming to cater to your daily protein requirement. So, can you do that? I'm sure you cannot do that. Coming to a very interesting topic, because we're talking about protein, because we're talking about the effects of protein and how it ensures that you live a longer and a healthier life, a study was conducted about the blue zones in the world. What are these blue zones? These blue zones are basically areas where people have a much higher lifespan and a health span than the rest of us in the world. People on an average are living about 100 years plus. These are just five zones in the world. These are five places in the world which are the blue zones, and the study was conducted to understand exactly kar kya rahe hain ye log who are living in today's age, and yet they are living beyond 100, and they're living a much healthier lifestyle. So these were some of the practices that they shared, that their 95 to 100% plant diet is plant based. I mean, this was a proper research done. You can find it out anywhere. 95 to 100% diet is plant-based. Imagine they are catering to all their protein requirement, their carbohydrates, their macros, fats, their micro requirement through plant-based. So, which means it is possible. So, they would go wholly whole. We talk about whole grains. They would focus more on single ingredient, partially cooked or raw, not 100% cooked, focusing more on fermented food products that can give them a lot of probiotic and prebiotic benefits. Definitely not indulging in any highly processed or packaged food items. Their daily dose of beans, which is a big source of protein, is at least half to 1 cup every single day. They stay very hydrated, 7 to 8 glasses of water. Coffee, tea, and drinks is extremely in moderation. They snack on nuts. They snack about 1 to 2 handfuls of nut every day. They go easy on the fish because they're not really wanting to get into animal-based protein. They keep it very restricted. They keep their egg consumption very restricted. Sugar, which is the new, smoking in the world, if I may say so. We need to keep ourselves away from any kind of sugar. The other day we were talking on the group about it. Yes, it's a fact. Why do we need to eat sugar? You want to give into those cravings? I mean, you have your fruits. You can probably take care of your sugar craving by consuming a good fruit first thing in the morning. We have options provided. We are looking at exercising those options. People in the blue zones they eat probably 2 ounces or less than that. They just keep their frequency of eating a non-veg is probably less than 2 ounces a month. So you can imagine how restrictive their lifestyle is, but it is giving them about a healthy lifestyle for about over 100 years. Now, how does soy protein actually help in your anabolic, which is your muscle building, etc., and beyond anabolic kind of functions? Kya hota hai, when you have sufficient amount of protein and you get into some form of workout, or you're doing your daily activity, when you do your daily activity, your muscles get tone also, they break down. But because of sufficient amount of protein that you consume every single day, the amino acids, they work on your muscles, they work on muscle synthesis, and then they build your muscle. Why do we say that? You can see muscles on people because that is the actual mechanism through which, when you work, the muscles break down. The protein in the body works on muscle synthesis and it builds muscle, and that's how you get those chiseled looks. If I talk about the anabolic thing, it works on your heart health, it works for your bone health, it works for your metabolic health, increasing or taking up your metabolic rate, and definitely in your weight management. Okay. Beyond anabolic effect, if we study in detail, heart health में क्या करता है? Heart के लिए हम क्या कहते हैं? उसका cholesterol बढ़ गया. It will help bring down your bad cholesterol significantly. It will bring down your triglycerides. When I talk about metabolic health, आपकी energy expenditure को बढ़ा रहा है. It is burning more calories for the same amount of activity. It is focusing on burning more fat. It is maintaining your hormonal balance. When I talk about bone health, it is taking up your bone mineral density much higher so that your bones are stronger and they stay like that for a longer period of time. When I talk about weight management, I think we've discussed this enough. Yes, it takes up your satiety. It doesn't let you binge more often. It manages your blood sugar. It takes care of your fat burning. It really enhances your lean body mass, which is very important for your weight management. Certain myths and facts about soy protein. Again, once again, we just repeating what we said. Soy affects reproductive hormones. No, it doesn't. It's a fact. You can discuss with us in detail on a one-on-one basis if you want to. It causes early puberty. No, it does not. In fact, there was a research done a couple of years ago, that the kind of practices that are being conducted or being followed in the poultry, in the animal based market, a lot of steroids are being given to the animal protein or animal products, alternates, so as to increase their supply to the ever increasing demand. And when your children or our children or any generation is consuming higher amounts of chicken, etc., that is what is probably causing early puberty, because those steroids get affected in the people who are actually consuming them. Soy is bad for your thyroid. No, it is not bad for your thyroid. Does it cause any kind of common allergies? Like any other food, a lot of people have nut allergy. It can cause, but you need to be a little aware whether you are soy intolerant or not. But in general, no, it doesn't cause any kind of allergies. Now, coming to the important question that I said, if you have to have on an average 60 grams of protein every single day, क्या consume करना पड़ेगा आपको? You will need to have 11 eggs. You'll need to have 50 bananas. You'll have to have 25 potatoes, about 8 glasses of milk, and 8 cups of curd. How many of us can actually consume this even in a week? Because people are eating less these days, if I talk about last couple of years, but yet people are still on the obese side, because there are other lot of other things that we are doing which is causing us to be obese or gain weight. So yes, I know we cannot really consume all of this to cater to the 60-gram protein requirement. What you can do is take or Neutralite all plant protein, which is something that we very strongly recommend. It's 100% plant-based protein. It has a Pedica score of 100% gets absorbed. One scoop gives you about 8 grams of protein. So imagine, and it's just 40 calories. It's 0.5% fat. Pick up any protein powder that's available in the market. It's full of carbs, it's full of sugar, it's full of fat. I know this because we've done this research over and over again. So are you having protein, or are you consuming a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs which your body just does not need? This is zero carbs, zero sugar, and just 0.5% fat. So please choose wisely what you're putting in your mouth, because that is going to give you the kind of health that you are probably sculpting for yourself today. Plant protein, why do we strongly recommend? It's very high in fiber. We all understand how important fiber is for our bodies today, how important it is for our gut motility, how important it is for nutrient absorption, how important it is to keep our gut health in top-notch state. It is packed with antioxidants and other nutrients. It has zero cholesterol. It is very low in saturated fats. Definitely, it does not have any animal hormones. It is far more sustainable as a resource. And yes, it is very environmental friendly. We definitely need to focus on that too. Also, soy protein, it's a complete protein. When we say what is a complete protein, please, you can do research on this. Complete protein is a protein which has all the essential and non-essential 20 amino acids. So you need to take care, be very sure of the kind of protein wherever you're procuring it from. You need to definitely switch to Neutralite all plant protein if you want to lose weight, if you want to have the ideal weight, if you want to cater to the ideal requirement of protein that your body requires. If you want to maintain a good metabolic health, if you want to maintain a good heart health, if you want to maintain a good muscle and bone health. So enough of protein. I hope I have been able to actually tell you how essential it is for you to ensure that every meal plate, one, it is there on the group so that we can guide you properly, and two, that it has enough amount of protein for your body to absorb. Finally, we don't finish any of our sessions without shine, because that is exactly what we want each one of you to do. We want you to start every day with a lot of gratitude and optimism. I always, because I believe in this, I maintain this, and hence I'm saying it. A lot of people may not get up tomorrow morning. God bless them. But when you get up in the morning, start your day with gratitude. You are one of those few lucky people who are actually getting up in the morning. You have your family, you have your house, you have 100 things to thank about. Have your daily nutrition, whether it's for your mental health, whether it's for your physical health, because if you don't learn something new every day, which is my next point, you will actually start, going back in time. There's a very popular quote which says that you don't really need to go back to stay away from the crowd. You just need to stand where you are, and the world will move forward, और आप पीछे रह जाओगे. So please have your daily nutrition for your mental as well as your physical health. Visualize, set clear intentions, make sure you know where you are going, because the state where you don't know where you're going is very confusing. We've all been there. Some of us are still are, but when you get that clarity, it will definitely help you. And exercise every single day. If you can get into the exercise mode, whatever it is that you like, trust me, you will be a happier soul, you will be a happier person. You may not initially realize why are you suddenly happier and lighter, and feeling the punch in life and the vibe. But it is because your body is getting the kind of workout and exercise that it requires for you to stay happy, for it to release happy hormones in you. And finally, because it's usually requested, that was my transformation when I started on this journey. Yes, the transformation was really good, but even when I had lost that, I was somewhere in my mind a little skeptical that for how long will I be able to stay like that. And I can proudly say this February it will be almost 2 years, and I'm still going very strong thanks to all the mentorship and all the counseling, all the coaching that happens on the group. We learn from you as much as you learn from us. Thanks to each one of you who's participating, because it helps us also to be continuing in the same game. So with that, that's all from my side. Over to you, Ruchita.
Thank you so much, Deepika, for explaining that so perfectly. I think it's very, very clear now, the importance and the quantity and everything. You've elaborated it so much. Thank you so much. And again, the transformation is unbelievable. And you know, what is more appreciated is that it is sustained. I think all of us might have through our lives gone through the ups and downs, but that it is maintained. With that, guys, we come to an end of this session. See you in the next one. Be sure to invite your friends and family, because these sessions, they're just gold. So let's just get on with as many people as we can. See you next time. Good night. Stay safe.